Hello, everyone. We are Face Trace. My name's Caleb, and I will be joined by Zael Font, Jason Jang, Jason Lin, and Michael Yao. So we have a few topics to discuss today. I'm going to briefly go over our agenda, which includes our update of progress. Then we'll do a demo, so our project walkthrough, and then we'll do a test plan, our issues and strategies, and then all of our individual responsibilities for the project. So first is the project update. So since our last presentation, we have a few updates, and these updates include design updates, some front-end updates, and back-end updates. So first, for our design updates, we have designed a new profile screen, designed a settings screen, and designed detailed alert views. And these build on the screens that we have already designed and implemented, such as the dashboard and authentication screens. For the front end changes, we now have camera display integration. We have multiple camera streaming. We have different screens implemented, such as the authentication and dashboard. We still have a backlog of other screens to implement, and we have color mode toggles, such as dark mode and light mode. For our backend updates, we have some YOLO V8 updates. We have two different models, one for body detection and one for object and weapon detection, with the latter being the only one that's working right now with streaming, even though we have routes for the other one as well. We also added a deep face library into the backend code, which detects facial emotions, age detection, and sex detection. In addition to these, we also have some schema updates. We created a threat entity as well as an event entity. And we also added to our threat service by creating threat assessment logic.
All right, thank you, Caleb. So now I'll take you through a demo of our project. Here's our front end, our dashboard. So obviously, if you're not a real user, you can't actually log in. So show you that, and it will fail. But we already have a set up user previously, and so this will work. And essentially, here you can see the dashboard. We have the main entrance, the side entrance, and this will be adaptable based on the security, I guess, the layout of the building that you're using this for. Additionally, it will track recent events such as a person detected, a potential weapon detected, or a potential threat detected. And so how this works is we click start stream. One second, sorry. There you go. Okay, so we have to start an OBS stream. And here, as you can see, that's a video of me. And we are able to detect a weapon with relatively high confidence. It'll only show a bounding box if it's above a 70%. And also in the back end, we're trying to implement facial and body pose estimations. So that idea is we will detect their emotions based off of their body language as well as their current facial features. Yeah, now back to presentation.
So our planned features so far, we want to add an alert log screen. We also want an alert visual overlay boxes. And we also want to add analytics profile and a settings screen for the website. And um, we want to add a threat detection database logging, and we want to add video storage implementation. For our product backlog, we have to combine the results for different models in order to get the most accurate threat score. We want to update the database migration. We want to change video integration method. And also we want to do complete testing of the software.
So here's our testing plans. So first we will have a unit testing, which is just to check our simple thing like user authentication and YOLO model prediction. And then we have integration testing, basically just to see if the front and back end API communication are working. And then the next one will be system testing, which just kind of like an end-to-end testing of see if the entire project is working properly with everything together. And finally, we also have the usability testing, which basically tests the core workflow of our project and to see if it works on different device and users.
So some issues and strategies we ran into while developing the system is the first thing is we had a low live streaming frame rate. So we kind of found a solution to this by frame skipping the processing. So instead of processing every frame, we're processing maybe every second or third frame to reduce the computational load of the model in the backend while still detecting threats in real time. A second issue that we had was high streaming latency. So sometimes when we were streaming, it would take a couple seconds for it to load on the front end. And so the way we resolved this was we minimized the video captured buffer size and configured the keyframe interval to 1 second for reduced lag. Finally, we also had model identification inconsistency, and we solved this by increasing the YOLO confidence threshold to 70%, as Jason mentioned earlier, and also making it so that we reduce false positives, and also we don't show false positives if it's just one positive. We need multiple detections across consecutive frames in order for it to send the alert.
So once again, my name's Caleb, and my primary responsibilities on this team are project management and backend development. I also created some of the UI designs on Figma, and then I have been the one mostly writing our database schema and our entities. So my key focus areas and future plans are what I just discussed, as well as improving our model accuracy. So we have body detection and face detection implemented on the back end. We just need to actually put them in the streaming handler. One issue that we're having also is a low accuracy, high confidence with the face detection model specifically. So I will be working on improving that model accuracy. I will also be adding any additional API routes and API services that we are going to need in the future.
Hi, I'm Zael Font. My main role is the backend developer for this project, and particularly the streaming functionality. I was able to fully complete the multi-camera video streaming from the last presentation, which it wasn't really complete yet, to now, which it's fully done. And that includes end-to-end multi-camera video stream testing. So I made sure everything worked. And right now, my main task is I'm researching how to improve the front end camera feed as we're not getting the frames per second as we want, but I'm hoping to improve that in the future.
Hello, my name is Jason. My role on this team is a backend developer as well as testing. And my key focus areas so far have been object and weapon detection, general YOLO AI model development. And in the future, I'm planning to, well, in the next iteration, I guess, I'm planning to do ensemble learning approach instead of like having a single model or just a weapon detection model. Additionally, I'm creating the threat assessment and tracking individual threats in a camera feed. So being able to track multiple people in one camera feed and determining which one is threatening. And I'm also working on pose estimation, which is determining emotion based on body language and helping in improving the streaming connection between the front and back end.
Hi, my name is Jason, and my primary role is the front-end developer and UI UX designer. And my main focus is just help the team to come up with Figma design and also from implementation and also styling. My next plan is to display the detailed alert log and update the analytics screen, profile, and settings screen to our project.
Hello, my name is Michael Yao. I've mainly been a front-end developer and a quality insurance developer. So my primary responsibility has been integrating the front end and the back end, testing the integration between the two parts, and also setting up real-time video streaming so that it would stream to the front end. So the next step is implementing the database logging and putting out the real-time alert notifications when something is detected, and also having the facial analysis integrated to the front end.
Alrighty, thank you so much for your
Thank you.
time. Please give us any feedback. Thank you so much.